You big nonce!
Hello, big nonces. It's me, Dog Mom. It's a Friday. It's Indie Review, and what a week it's been for indie games. It's been a great week because I don't know if you saw last week's review, Sombreros, but I finished that game this week. It was fantastic. I would recommend that if you didn't see last week's review, that you go back and you watch last week's review, and go play Sombreros because it's a brilliant game, and I've not had that much fun playing a short game in a while. So go play Sombreros. Obviously after you've watched this review. The other thing that happened this week, on Wednesday, Super Meat Boy came out for the Xbox. If you haven't got an Xbox, I would go out and buy one just to play Super Meat Boy, because it's really, really hard, but it's brilliant. It's an excellent indie game. So Sombrero and Super Meat Boy, go and play them, and also watch this review, which is called Thomas Was Alone, which is a 24-hour game by Mike Bethel. I've not played it before, so in the words of me, it's new to me and it's new to you. Thomas Was Alone. So here we go. I'll crack on and give it a shot. Arrow keys, movement, jumping, spacebar, switch characters when Thomas begins to make friends. Right. Here we go. Thomas Was Alone. It's a bit of a quiet game. There's no music at all, which is a bit crap, and I seem to be a block jumping about onto these black bits, and there's dotted lines, and I walk into the dotted lines. I wish I had some music at this point, or even some sound effects, but hang on, I'll just press, I was trying to press escape to see if there was some hidden music. Maybe I had it on mute, but I don't think me computer's on mute, big nonsense. I think it's just hang on, I think I've got to stand that in there. I see what I did there. I pressed space bar to switch between the two blocks. Bit of a puzzle game, big nonsense. What I've gathered from the game so far is that the designer is a bit lazy. Hasn't really put the effort in to make any music or anything like that. He's just a bit lazy. He's just used little blocks. You could have used people here. I mean, I know it's an indie game and all, but that doesn't mean you have to be lazy people. You can put a bit of effort in. Maybe stick a bit of music on here. A few sound effects. Make it a game about something other than coloured blocks. I mean, as a puzzle game, it's not even that good, to be honest, big nonsense. It's just jumping about, putting blocks into slots, which is what you do when you're a small child learning how the world works. You get one of those games where you put different shapes into the different shaped bucket, but you wouldn't expect it as a game, big nonsense. I mean, I know some people say games are for kids, but they're not really big nonsense, are they? I was trying to make it a bit of a puzzle here by putting the big block that blocks everything else off, but we all know how it works. You just have to move the other blocks into this hole. Basically, what I'm thinking, big nonsense, is I could be doing something better with my time right now. I could go back and play Sombreros. Even though I finished it, you can play games again. That's allowed. just pondering my move here, big nonsense. I think I'll move the orange square down here. Move the big square across here. And the little red square. So basically you're just using all the different squares to get to different places. It's all a bit easy. And a bit basic. The big nonsense. I'm not particularly overwhelmed with this game here. At the moment, I'm just but saying that, I am a bit stuck at the minute. Let me think this one through, big nonsense. Little orange one can't jump on him. He can jump over. Oh, hang on. I think I've got to move him there. Put him on top. Then can I jump across? Hang on, I can't. There we go. And then he stands here. He comes back over. Oh no, he just doesn't need to come back over. I wish. Oh no, falling in the water just because I was so bored. I was just committing suicide there. So I was so damn bored with the game. Oh, why? Why? All he needs to do is stick a few sound effects on and... yeah, nothing fancy. I mean, watch how much better the game is with a simple sound. But watch this. Boing. 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 You just add a different sound effect for every different character. This one. Boo. 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 And the big fat one will do... boo. Scare! That's like a death noise. Boing. Boing. Boo. 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 Oh. See, you just add a few simple sound effects. Livened your game up. That's all he needed to do. I mean, if the creator of this game, I've forgotten his name. I did say that at the beginning, but I've completely forgotten it now. That's how important he is to me. With his stupid game design. Oh, man. I don't know if you've realised this, big nonsense, but I'm not a big fan of the game. Oh, I could be off playing Super Meat Boy right now. Oh look, he's introduced a little flat red one that goes across the side like that. How witty. More like how inevitable that there's another shape being introduced instead of an actual real character with character. Anyways, big nonsense. Unless you're really, really bored, I would recommend avoiding this game like the plague. If you do want to put yourself through this game, I would ask one of your relatives to sit behind you and make sound effects as you move all the squares about. Maybe this red one, they could go as you move them along. Bow. Bow. Oh! Oh! It's not even hard, big nonsense. It's just frustrating as hell. Bow. 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 Brr. Brr. Oh. Oh, look at this. Like an actual shape. This is a bit more interesting. However, couldn't be very pissing hard. Tedious game. Look at this. Oh. Jesus. Anyway, big nonsense. If you don't like going to the dentist, then I recommend that you go to the dentist instead of doing this, because this is just boring as hell. Lazy game maker. He's come up with an idea which, you know, I'll be honest, if these had little faces, the little blocks had little faces and a bit of personality, and there was some music in the background, like doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. That's the final countdown. But maybe something not copyrighted. Then I'd say this game was a masterpiece. But as it stands, big nonsense, it's just boring as anything. Diddle-doo-doo, 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 diddle-doo-doo-doo, diddle-doo-doo, 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 diddle-doo-doo-doo, diddle-doo, diddle-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, Jesus. I'm doing this level here out of spite of the game. Not because I'm enjoying it, just because I want to do this level and then we can put it all behind us and move on. There we go, that's the end of the game. I've completed the game. Big nonsense. At least this is as far as I'm ever going to get, because the game is as boring as hell. I'll give it 0.2 points out of 10. That's less than a fifth of a point. No, that is exactly a fifth of a point. This is the worst game I've played this week. I'm going to go off now and play Super Meat Boy on the Xbox. I advise that you go play Super Meat Boy as well, or if you haven't got an Xbox, go play last week's review, Sombrero. I'll put another link in the bottom underneath to Sombrero, so you can play that because that's a better game. And I'll put a link to this in case you need to punish yourself for being a bad person this week. You can play this game and punish yourself. 0.2 out of 10. I'll see you next week, big nonsense, with a better game. This one's fucking horrible. Bye for now.